start testing the sound. Okay, it says USB audio. Okay, yeah. It's on Yep. Yeah. Yes. It does. Okay. Yeah, that's working now. I think it was the hijack thing we didn't click. Okay, awesome. Thank you. The cut key? This cut key? Okay. It wasn't. We have just been manually using the mouse.
Wait, there's audio? How do you do that?
I'll try that. Okay, I'll try it. He said that you should be able to cut between without clicking the cut button by clicking F5. Maybe trying F6.
Try the drops. You have backing.
F6 works.
It's not even.
Okay. Alright, thank you. Okay, so we have audio now.
Dang. Wait, can you guys talk?
Yeah. Okay, thanks so much. It sounds like we have sound now. Yep. Okay, so I'm Laura, and I'm one of your commentators for this morning.
And I'm Catherine. I'm the other commentator.
So we're nearing the end of the second end. I guess you can watch through there. And our game is triangle versus triangle. So as we have here, we have team Trevor Gao versus team Ken Kato.
And Gao is red. His team name is Sweeping with the Fishes. Kato is yellow. His team name is Shots, Shots, Shots.
So right now it looks like red is sitting 2. And yellow is up next. They're looking on what they want to throw. I think they're considering whether they want to draw or hit.
Not really sure what they would hit there.
There's one in the back of the house, behind the tee line. They could, I guess they could hit it if they want to try and cut down their opponents. I think they're calling the draw, though.
Did we get the team names first? Sorry.
So red scored one, so we beat the red.
Okay, so that draw goes a little bit deep, but I think I can't tell from this vantage point whether yellow is shot or not. It looks pretty close to me.
Yeah, the house.
Yeah, the house cameras right now aren't functional, but it's pretty close. So that's why Team Red is choosing to draw as well. And it looks like it was a little heavy and just rolls to the back of the house off of that outside red. So yellow has another chance with their final rock to draw to the 4-foot.
I think if they just sit on the back one, they'll be fine.
Yeah, I think that should be enough. And yeah. It's looking pretty good. Just taps it back a little bit. I think that should be good enough, but they're checking. Maybe it's closer than I think.
You doing this score?
Okay, so I'm not sure what they decided.
Yeah.
But they'll hang the score soon and we'll let you know. Looked super close. They were measuring with their brooms and everything.
Okay, so
Okay,
that was
yeah.
red.
Yeah. So red scored. So red puts up a nice center guard, and yellow is electing to draw behind it. Looks like that one's a bit heavy and just hangs on to the back of the house. Looks like a biter in the back. And now red will try to take advantage of that center line guard and draw behind it. And that looks like a pretty nice shot. Stops just behind the tee line. So there is some room to draw in front of it and still be sitting first shot. But that's a pretty nice shot. It's about probably about, halfway
back
covered.
button.
Yeah. Oh, so that shot just is a little bit wide and a little bit heavy, goes a little bit past where they were hoping for. So red has an opportunity to put another one in the house behind that center line guard.
That rock looks pretty buried now.
Yeah.
Looks like it's coming up a bit light.
Yep. It's coming a little bit late. It is a top 12, so it's not out counting the other yellow, but it's in the house. I guess it could count kind of as a second guard, almost.
It is covering it up pretty nicely.
Yeah. So since they have a couple of guards or top house, yellow is choosing to take out the red.
Just a tick off the top one.
Yeah, it was a good peel attempt, but just didn't get quite enough of it. So it just taps it over a little bit, and red is going to put up another guard to make sure that one in the house stays covered.
That one looks like it's staying pretty out.
Yeah, that one's, yeah, not curling very much. So it ends up on the left side of the house. Not really covering the center line like they wanted to, but it's still guard. Good weight. So yellow is trying again to take out one of the red stones at the top of the house. This one's looking a little wide. and has, yeah, it hit the yellow one in the back of the house, rolls out a little bit further.
They are still second, though.
They're still second, and so that leaves red with another chance to try and put up another center line guard.
This one also not curling a whole lot. Ended up just top 4.
Yeah. So that one ended up in, yeah, as you said, top 4, and it looks pretty open. So there's definitely an opportunity for a hit there if they want to do that.
Looks like they are going for the double.
So they make the nose hit. I think they were hoping to roll in a little bit, but that's a close enough outcome. Red is still shot.
They're going for just a nose hit here.
Yeah, I think they're going for a nose again. They just saw what kind of line they might need on the last shot, so that's always nice. And they get the nose. So now red is still sitting 1 and 2. And it looks like yellow is calling a hit. I assume they want to
either open it up or get the
double it out. They're sweeping hard, so I think they're sweeping for the double. Very close. They hit the red into the red in the forefoot, but it just jams and doesn't double them out. That was a good attempt.
Red just gonna guard.
Yep. They have a pretty good one in the house, and they're trying to steal, so guard can help. Sweepers are sweeping, so it's looks like good guard weight. Yep, and it stops guard just to the left of center line, which definitely makes it more difficult to draw to the button, I guess.
Yeah, I think yellow has got to clear something up there. Looks like they're looking at the angles here.
Yeah. They're probably talking about, is there any way to get rid of 2?
Maybe trying to come through that port?
I think that's what they're calling. So there's the 2 reds up top, and it's looking like they might be trying to go between the 2 reds and then hit the red on the top 12 into the red on the forefoot and hopefully double them out. I think that's what they're calling. I guess we'll see how they call it on sweep. Vice is calling sweep. It looks like that is indeed what they're calling. Unfortunately, they took the center line guard and don't make the call shot, but at least they cleared out one of the guards. So that's an okay outcome.
Looks like red's gonna hit the back one there.
Yep. They're electing to leave that the way it is and just hit another one out. The shot is made as called.
Red is now sitting 3. I think the draw is the only shot that yellow really has here.
Yep. So basically, they are trying to draw down to
basically the
button.
Yeah.
Always a fun shot for the skip. Definitely something you need to practice if you're trying to skip. These pressure button shots. Oh, nice shot. And it stops right on the button after tapping the red just a tiny bit. And that will be a score of yellow 1. So after 3 ends, the score is red 2, yellow 1. That's a nice shot.
Yeah.
Game on. Triangle v triangle. While they're setting up, let me update the scores on the other sheets. After 2 ends on sheet D, it's yellow 1-1. That's Walsh, Philly CCVA, and Stubb Harris, Schenectady. So that's tied at 1 after 2 ends. On sheet C, I can't quite see the score right now. And on sheet D, they're just deciding scores for, on sheet A, they're just deciding scores for the 3rd end. So I'll update after they decide on that. So on our feature sheet, yellow draws to the back house. So red is trying to draw to the side of the house, and they make it on.
Just top 12.
Top 12.
Yellow gonna put something in front of their back stone. That is staying out. Staying out a lot.
Yeah, but here it comes now. If they sweep it a little. Yep, okay. It doesn't quite cover the yellow in the back of the house, but it's made it almost to center line. So now they have a somewhat center line guard. And red will try and draw behind their red.
They are on it.
Yeah.
Gonna crash here. Just a bit of a roll to the other side.
Yep. That one curled a lot more than they were expecting. So maybe in this direction it's curling a lot, in the other direction it's not curling quite as much. I don't know. So yellow is trying to put up a center line guard. This looks a little heavy though, so we'll see how deep it goes.
Also looks like it's staying out.
Yeah, I think this side might not curl as much. All right, it stops at T line. So I
Maybe
think,
just a bit behind T.
yeah. So that's a pretty good target for red to hit and roll behind cover, well, their top 12-foot rock.
Definitely looks like it's curling a lot more that way.
Yeah, that side definitely. That was quite a bit of curl, and they tap out their other stone. So now they're a little bit higher in the house. Looks like yellow is calling the hit. Is that what they're calling?
I think they're going for just a guard here.
Oh, okay, okay. I thought they were calling the hit to roll in front of theirs.
This one over curls a little bit. Could end up. Nice draw there.
Yeah, nice draw of the top 4 foot. So now they're sitting 1, 2, and 3. And it looks like red will have to try and get some of those stones out.
Looks like they're going for the same hit here.
Yeah, and they're taking a little more ice this time.
Looks like a bit more weight too.
Yeah, definitely. And they get the nose hit, so now they are first, and yellow is second and third. But their shot is pretty open, so yellow will try to take it out.
Looks like they're on it. This looks like a pretty good shot.
Yep, nose it, miss the back yellow, so that they still have 3 in the house. It's a pretty good outcome.
Makes the hit and roll a bit harder.
Yeah, because they're pretty even. I guess there's possibility for a double now. I'm not sure if that top guard makes it more difficult, but can't really tell.
I think the one behind the guard is a bit higher, so.
Yeah, that's the one they probably have to hit first. It looks like they're just going for the one, maybe. Can't tell.
They might be able
Yep.
to move the one behind the guard.
Yeah. Yep. They hit the one to the. They hit the one that's further back in the house and move the top one over a few inches. So now they're sitting first shot, and
They do have a bit of backing here.
yeah. And yellow makes the hit, but rolls out. So now they're just 1 and 2.
Looks like red's just gonna tick off that one.
Yep. And they don't quite get it out, the yellow out of the house. They do roll over somewhat in front of the yellow that's at the back 8 foot, which means that yellow is going to want to hit it on the center line side so that they don't jam into the yellow at the back of the house. So on his first skips rock, he's attempting the hit. Looks like
It is curling.
curling a
bit.
lot. Is it enough? Yeah, it looks good enough. They hit out their back yellow, which is not what they were hoping for, but they do get the red out, so that's pretty good. So yellow is 1 and 2.
Red's
And-
gonna go for the hit here.
Yep. Hit. Hopefully they can roll behind some cover. There's a couple of guards.
They really have the option to roll either way.
Yeah. So they make the hit, but they roll a bit too far on the outside. Well, they're still in the house, but they're not shot. So I think that was a little bit further than they were hoping to roll.
Yellow looking to, I think, cover up the front, prevent the draw, or
Yeah.
maybe, yeah.
Yeah, so what's critical here is they definitely want to be closer than the two red stones. Closer to the center. Because if not, then red has a pretty wide open hit and they'll be sitting 3.
That looks pretty good. Well, they are just going to end up.
Okay.
They do drag it
That's good enough. They made it top 12, but out counting the two red stones. So now red no longer has the option to just hit that yellow and be sitting 3. So they're going to go for the draw, try and get their 1.
They're sweeping this. Now.
It looks maybe a little bit heavy, but probably will stop in time, hopefully. Oh.
Don't know if that was close enough.
So I think red scored, but I guess we'll tell when they get ready to throw again. It was pretty close, a little bit heavier than maybe the sweepers expected because they were sweeping it a little bit, but maybe that was for line call because it was pretty close to that top guard.
But they did get it.
Yep, they got it. Red is throwing first, which means that red scored, so red scored 1 in the 4th. That means the score now is 3 for red and 1 yellow.
Red just starting off here with looks like a centerline guard. They're going to end up a bit to the side of center line.
I do that all the time. I play lead a lot, and I'm always throwing it to the side of center line. I won't say which side so that my opponents won't get any intel. So yellow's trying to draw around.
They are almost immediately on this stone.
Yeah, and it looks light too, so it's probably going to end up a guard. Yep, it's a guard.
Just a little bit farther than that red one.
Yeah, that's a pretty good situation for red to draw behind because they're looking to steal.
This one looking pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Looks like it's just full 8.
Yeah, I think it ended up in the 8 foot. They're looking to see if they can get to it on the outside turn here.
I think they will be able to see a little bit of it, so.
Yeah. Line is looking nice. Yellow is drawing down to the red in the top 8 foot, and they tap it back just a touch. And so now yellow is biting 8 foot behind the guards.
And red might be biting 4 foot now? Not sure.
I can't tell if it's biting or not. But red is definitely at least full 8 foot, maybe biting 4 foot.
Looks like they're going for another draw here.
Yeah, they're drawing behind those two center-ish line guards.
Maybe just a little bit lighter? No, they were on it.
So that is, it looks like it's
I think it
most
is
8
farther.
foot. Yeah, and it looks like maybe a few inches better than the yellow shot. So red looks to be sitting 1 and 2. So yellow is calling a hit.
That looks like it's over curling.
And it definitely looks like it's over curling. It kind of ticks out that top red guard. And they roll out. So red is going to replace that guard because it was helping them.
Looks like they're trying to get something a bit closer to center line.
Yeah. That one's definitely guard. Unfortunately, it didn't quite make it back to center line. So yellow has another shot at that hit. I think they. Do you think they're going for the double?
I think the double is there.
Yeah.
Really, as long as they clear some of these red rocks, even if they get one, they're in a better position. Staying a bit on that guard.
Yeah, so it hits that outside red guard and then goes into the top yellow guard, which I think might actually have helped yellow get a better center line guard. But it does clear out 2 of the top stones, so I guess I'll call that one a wash for both teams.
Red's going to put up another guard here.
Okay, so that ends up as a 3-guard, pretty close to the house. Maybe a little bit wider than what they were hoping for.
It does seem to be staying out on that side.
Yeah.
Looks like Yale's going to go for the promote on this one.
Yeah, I think they are. They're just calling like maybe T-line back house weight. So they're just tapping up that yellow.
It is pretty close to the shot rock, so they just need a little bit of a tap. This one is looking pretty good.
Just a tad heavy. I think red may still be shot, but it's pretty close. They tap it to just behind the forefoot, and the red appears to be just in front of the forefoot. So I can't tell which one's closer. But if I were to guess, I would guess red.
Yeah, I think if red is biting the forefoot, then it's shot, because that back one doesn't look like it is.
Yeah, I can't tell if red is biting though, or if it's outside of the forefoot.
Well, red's going to call the draw on the other side.
Yep.
And they are on it, sweeping. End up a bit short.
Yep. It ends up a guard in front of their other guard.
Basically almost coming to it.
Yeah.
Looks like Yale's going to try to get on their other one.
Yeah. They could. I think that, are they calling the promote again? They might be just calling a straight back promote. They could hit out the red, or they could tap theirs back. All right. Yep, they made the straight back promote to hit the yellow into the red, and get the red to the back 12 foot. So now yellow is sitting 2. That's a nice shot.
There it is. Camera's finally unfrozen.
Yeah, so, yeah.
You're not looking to come off those guards and red into red into red?
I think that might be what they're looking at. This looks like a pretty complicated shot. There's 2 guards in front of the house that are kind of lined up, and they're thinking of hitting the top guard into the closer guard into the red that's at the top 8 foot.
Yeah.
That definitely looks pretty difficult. I guess they're coming with like pretty good weight, because then I guess that red might go into the yellow and they can hit that yellow out. Not clear. Yeah, I think it's the red to red to red to yellow call.
Yeah.
Definitely difficult. I hope that's made shot. Be definitely cool to see. Looks a bit wide, so it just peels the red. Yeah, it just hits the red over to the side a little bit, and It stops in front of the yellow that's biting 12 foot.
Yellow's just going to keep them from doing that again.
Yeah. If they just put it a little bit not directly in line with that red, then they can't try that again.
It's looking pretty good here.
Yeah, sometimes this side, it seems like it doesn't curl quite enough.
Oh yeah, that is.
So it might be hanging out too far. Yeah. So it looks like red will have another chance to try that red into yellow thing if they want to. Or maybe they'll come up with a different idea.
I think it is more possible now.
Yeah, before that red was like kind of a difficult angle, the first red. But only hitting 2 into a yellow is easier than hitting 3 into a yellow.
They kind of just need to go straight on the diagonal, really.
Yeah.
I think that's the only thing they have, though.
Yeah. Looks like they're taking more ice this time, so maybe he's going to throw less weight. Or
They could be trying to.
they could just be
promote?
tapping. I don't know what they're calling. They're definitely calling more line than last time. And last time they peeled it out on the outside, so we'll see what happens.
I think that it is possible to get to that red one, just basically center line and maybe tap it up a bit. It is really tight, though.
Yeah, it looks hard to me, but I'm sitting a little bit on the side. Yeah, it's definitely less weight than last time. Last time was pretty upweight hit.
And they are on it. I think they were going for that tap.
Yeah. That's a shame. It was a pretty close line. They just tick the center line yellow to the side a little bit. So, and yellow's sitting 2 still. So now yellow has the task of trying to find out can they get another one in there without messing up their 2 stones that are already in the house.
I think they can go for that side one.
Yeah, it's definitely there. You definitely have to get weight pretty good. There's always a possibility that they could hit in. There's like a red and then a yellow that's on the 12 foot. Then there's another red in the top 8. If line is a little off, they could tap the red in instead of the yellow.
I'm not sure if that's very likely to happen.
Probably not.
Okay, it looks like a.
Or probably
pretty
shoot it out
safe.
to the side.
Yeah. I think the thing they have to worry about is like if they come with a lot, accidentally getting one of their own out.
Yeah.
It looks like they're just coming down weight though.
Yeah. Like a draw weight.
They've just got to move that yellow. It looks like a bit more than full 8.
Yep, full 8 should do it. It overcurls just a tad, and they just hit the red out to the side, but pretty good end for yellow. Yellow scores 2. So after 5 ends, the score is now 3 red, 3 yellow.
Yep.
Tight game. Updates on the other sheets. Sheet C, after 4 ends, is 4 yellow, 2 red. And yellow is Datlo, so that's 4 for Datlo, and 2 for red, that's DFW PCC.
Yellow just going for a center line guard on our featured sheet.
It's a little bit light.
Skip's gonna come out and help sweep there.
Just get it over the hog line, so it's a good center line guard. And red is gonna draw behind that.
And their sweeping looks like for weight.
Yeah, I think it's for weight. They're able to, the sweepers are able to get it to the house. Looks like a biter. In the top 12.
Yellow gonna hit that one.
Yep. If they're able to get to nose, then they'll have a close guard as well as a high guard, which would put them in a pretty good position.
Looks they are.
Yeah.
They're coming pretty close to their own guard here.
Nice. They just get around it, and they tap the red back to back 12 foot, biting back 12 foot. That's a pretty nice shot. Now they have two center line guards.
Red splitting the house here.
Yep.
See if they can get it in.
Yeah, it's a bit late, but they make it to the house. It's a biter. So
It does look like it's out counting the.
yeah, I think it's out counting the top yellow. So the red is 1 and 2. And yellow is going to draw behind there 2 yellow stones that are on center line.
If they really bury it here, it'll be tough to get it out.
Definitely.
This one also maybe a bit light.
Yeah, it looks a little late. Line looks pretty good to me. If they can make it there, it will be a beautiful shot.
Okay, well, that's out counting one of them.
Yeah,
One of the reds.
out counting 1. Blocks up center line a little bit. It's a pretty good shot. So red is trying to take out that stone that yellow just placed at the top 12. Yep, and then you get a piece of it, get the yellow out, and red also rolls out of play.
Yellow gonna go for the draw behind again.
Yeah.
Weight definitely looks like it's a bit more.
Yeah. Looks a little heavy to me. The opposing skip is getting ready to sweep it out behind the tee line.
Yeah.
It hangs on at the back for back 12 foot.
It's out counting that side red one.
Yeah, so red is first shot, yellow, the one that's all the way at the back 12 that they just threw, is second shot. So red is trying to draw to the side of the house.
Just kind of cover their side one up.
Yeah.
Does end up a guard.
Yep, it's a guard. I'm not sure if it's covering the red or not.
Not all of it.
Yeah, maybe partially.
Yellow gonna go for just top house. Cut off that draw.
This one looks heavy. Yeah, it's a little heavy. Looks like it might end up in pretty much the same spot as the other one. Comes right down to it. So they have two in the back 12 foot.
Red going for basically the same shot, it looks like.
Yeah. It's the plug the hole.
Sweeping this one.
Yeah, it looks pretty good. Maybe a little bit light.
But they do come in.
Yep, they made it. It's top 8 foot. So it makes the draw to the 4 foot definitely more difficult for yellow.
It's kind of checking out the angles on this.
Yeah, they want to take it out. He just wants to make sure there's enough room for that. And it definitely looks like there's enough room. It just has to be kind of a downweight hit. Probably not even.
Whoa! You got Jim? Yeah. All the way, all the way. All the way, all the way. Sweet now! Go!
They do get to it.
They got it. And they ended up in that spot they were trying to get to in the first place on their last round.
That back red one is still shot.
Yeah.
Looks like.
Red is first shot, then yellow, the one that they just put there, is second. And then those ones in the back, yellow, those two in the back are third, fourth. So red is just trying to take out the yellow that was just placed there.
Looks like they
Yep.
stayed a bit out. Gonna roll out.
So yellow is up to Skip's rocks, and I think they're calling the draw behind the cover, but maybe
just-
they're calling the plug the hole again.
Yeah, looks like they were motioning at just top 8.
Okay. So this one's over curling. It looks like it's gonna hit the guard. Yep, it just bounces off the guard a little bit. Now there's a whole bunch of guards everywhere. Looks like there's something covering most of the house. So it makes drawing more interesting. There are definitely a lot of taps in play.
Yeah, and the red shot rock is pretty covered now.
Yeah.
I think I'd go for the double in the back, yeah.
Yep, so they're lining up those 2 yellows in the back 12 foot. And they can definitely hit them both out if they just hit it kind of on nose. If you come with enough weight, you could probably hit it almost anywhere, except for on the inside of the stone.
There's really no way to get
Yeah.
insides.
Yeah, so if they stick around, they would probably be sitting 3. So that's why they're calling this. Vice is calling sweep, now off, which probably means it's pretty close. Yep, and they got it. So now red is sitting 3 with 1 yellow rack remaining, and then the hammer is red.
I think yellow's got to draw somewhere.
Yep, they have a bunch of stuff at the back of the house. Well, they have those 2 red stones at the back of the house. Maybe they can draw behind the guards on the corner guards and also have some backing.
That looks like it's where they're going.
Yeah.
I think that's the most open draw at this point. They are sweeping it.
They're sweeping it. It looks like it might be a bit light.
All 3 of them.
Yep.
Yeah.
Trying to make it shot. And they come up short. So it looks like
They are outcounting one of them, definitely. The one
red
just on the side.
is definitely first. Red, I think red is second, but I'm not sure. I think it's second.
It
and
looks
then,
like
yeah.
it's-
And then yellow is third. So, unfortunately, that's a pretty open line. as long as they have to think about the backing of the red, so they can't hit it on center line side. If red is able to get out the yellow and stick it, they could get 4. If they roll out, they could get 3. They just have to be mindful of those ones at the back of the house.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd go for this takeout. It looks definitely like really not a lot of room for error. Sting. Did I? Oh.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
So they kind of tick off that top yellow, and I think they get 3?
I'm not sure if
I
they
think it
moved
was
that
red
one.
3. I'm not sure if it was 3 or 4. They were pointing at it, so I guess they agreed on what it was. So red either gets 3 or 4. That was a pretty big score for red in the 6th end.
Just waiting for them to put the score up because
Yeah.
they did tick the top yellow, but I'm not sure if it was enough to.
Yeah, I didn't get a good look at it before they decided the score, so it's not clear, but. So, red on their first shot kind of put up a corner guard, which is, it stayed a little outside. So yellow has an opportunity to draw behind it. Unfortunately, it overcurls a bit and hits the red guard over the side a little. So now red has an opportunity to go behind that yellow that's kind of closer to center line.
Looks like a pretty nice draw there.
Yeah, it looks like a good shot. It's probably top 8 foot behind the yellow guard.
It is pretty covered.
Yeah. I think yellow is drawing down to it.
Just trying to give themselves an angle at it later.
Yeah.
Looks pretty close.
Yep.
Bit of a tap.
They draw down to it. I think they tapped it back maybe a few inches. So now it looks like red might be biting 4 foot, and yellow is a little bit in front of that on the center line, probably in the 8 foot. Yep. So red is sweeping to make a guard, I think.
It's just going to end up a guard.
Yeah. it ends up a guard on center line. That it probably overcurled a little bit if they wanted it to be a guard.
Not completely covering that Yellowstone.
Yeah, it's not covering the Yellowstone, so they still have the angle that they were looking at before. But it looks like they're calling a draw, so maybe they are trying to just tap their yellow up just a tiny bit.
Yeah, they're definitely not coming with a lot of weight.
Yeah.
It's going to be a bit
Wow,
of a
that looks very nice. So they tap the yellow. It just bounces ever so slightly off the red, and now yellow is shot, just biting button, while red is biting forefoot. So yellow is first shot, and red is second. Red is throwing,
Looks like they're trying to move something up there.
yeah, some type of hit.
It's staying a bit out.
Yeah. A little heavy and a little bit outside. Well, maybe just outside. Yeah. So now yellow has an opportunity to guard up that really nice stone. Are they tapping it up?
They might be.
Yeah, that would be good. They're trying to get probably multiple points here.
It's not bad if they guard either.
Yeah.
Looks like it might
Yeah.
just be a little bit light.
It's a guard. Yep, they got it over. Looks like it's a pretty good guard, just to the left of center line.
Yep.
I think red is calling the peel.
Just kind of clear up something up there.
Yeah, they can get rid of some of those guards so they can try and get to the yellow that's in the house. They peel the yellow out, and they tap up. In the process, they tap up the red to a center line.
Kind of gives them the angle of running back that red. That's when they just move closer to the center.
Yeah.
So maybe a bit of a better position, but still pretty covered up.
Yeah.
Yellow going for that red just on the side, it looks like.
Yeah. It certainly looks like it's difficult to get to from my vantage point, but it's over curling by a lot.
Taps over that red.
Yep, taps the red to the top 12. Kind of out of the way now, but now they have kind of like a massive rocks, couple rocks up there,
It
close to
is
center line.
open for red,
Yeah.
though. They still have that hit.
Yep, it looks like red is gonna try hitting the top yellow. I'm not sure if they're trying for a double. I don't know if there's one there or not. All right, so they hit the yellow into the yellow that was shot rock, but the yellow stays, and I think it may still be shot.
It does look like it's still shot.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like he's going for a tap or anything, so I think that it is still shot.
Yeah. And so I just noticed that they hung the score for the sixth end, and it looks like they scored 4.
It is 7-3 now.
Yep.
Yellow going for that hit, possibly the double off the Reds.
Yeah. They got it. That's a nice shot. They hit the red into the red on the side of the forefoot and got them both going. So now yellow is sitting 2.
And Red's gonna go for the hit here. They could
Yeah.
really roll under either set of guards.
Yeah, it's pretty open. So they have a good opportunity here to be sitting shot rock and also be covered.
Probably looking for anything but nose, really.
Yeah. Looks like it might be a bit wide. Hopefully it'll come over. Yep, they get a piece of it. And it rolls. It looks to back 12 foot.
Not completely sure who's shot.
I'm
here.
not sure who shot. It looks pretty close to me. Between the yellow in the top 12 and the red in the back 12. I can't tell.
But it looks like yellow's gonna draw.
Yeah.
Just need to bite top 8 basically with this one. Ooh.
Oh, and they leave it a little bit short. They really wanted to be sitting shot with that stone because, well, obviously they wanted to, but it ends up just as a biter, the top 12.
Red's thinking about their options here because I think if that one is shot, if they try to hit it, they might jam on their own.
Yeah.
They might have the double between those, though. I think that would send it off a bit more to the side.
Yeah, I'm not sure. So it looks like they're indicating the hit of the yellow that's potentially shot stone, and then rolling into the center. I guess depending how they hit it, it could potentially go into that red at the back of the house.
Yeah, it is kind of dangerous.
Yeah,
Even if they take it, then it'll definitely be shot.
they just have to make sure they stay in the house.
Doesn't look like a whole lot of weight.
No. Looks like it might be coming up late.
It's a combination of maybe a little bit wide, a little bit light.
Yeah, it just ends up as a 3 guard. I'm still not sure which is sitting shot, yellow or red. But it's looking like,
I think yellow is going to go for some kind of draw here either
Yeah.
way. Even if they tap their own top 12 one, they should, at least one, maybe two.
yeah, maybe the call that they're trying to call is the split of the one that's in the top 12.
Yeah.
Then they could
That
get
would-
2 or maybe 3, depending on whichever one is closer of those 2 that are on the side now.
Definitely there. Thinking about how much ace to call, it looks like. Maybe he was talking about how he can like, really tick off either one. This has been staying out on this side.
Yeah. But if they tick off the outside one, then there's no chance of getting 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, that looks like it's staying out, pretty far out. Nice shot. Yellow sits 1, so that'll be a score of 1 or maybe 2 for yellow. I guess we'll find out when they hang the score. So on sheet A, the game has finished, and red, the team from Potomac, Team Black, has won. Sheet D is just coming off the ice. I didn't see the end of the game, but yellow was ahead, and now they've come off the ice. Yellow was Schenectady. I think that yellow won, but I'm not sure. sheet C is in the 7th end, and that is Team Yellow has 8 points, and that is Team Datlow from PCC CCVA, and Red has 2 points, and that's PCC DFW. So back on our future sheet, Red is drawing behind a center line guard that was placed by Yellow.
Might just overcurl a little bit here.
Yeah.
That really
It's
went.
overcurling a lot. It went to the other side of the yellow rock.
That was all just at the end.
Yeah. So now Yellow has an opportunity to draw behind a dead center lane guard. This looks pretty nice. And it comes to the back forefoot. It overcurls a little bit, but since there's that other red to the side, it's probably okay for now. Red is choosing to draw down to it because they can get to the button with a bit of backing.
They really just need to prevent Yellow from scoring a significant amount.
Yep. Okay, it looks like they scored 2. Red overcurls just a tad. Does not. Yeah, it makes the yellow, like, taps it over a couple inches. Now it's definitely guarding their own yellow. There's a lot of guards in the front. This is looking like a good situation for yellow right now. Yellow scored 2 in the 7th. So the score after 7 is 7 red, 5 yellow.
Center line guard here.
Yep. I think they had called a tap, but it ends up being another guard. And since Red is just trying to prevent a score, they're trying to take out some of these guards.
Looks like quite a lot of weight here.
Yeah. It's curling a lot, though. Oh, that is not particularly helpful. So now there's, I guess they get one of the guards out, and then they push a yellow into the back 8 foot. So now yellow is really just going to try and put up as many guards as they can, because if they score 2, they tie it.
They are both in the back of the house.
They are in the back of the house, and Red has 2 stones that they could promote. So if Red promotes one of those stones, they have like plenty of backing, and they should be pretty good to prevent a score in that scenario.
Yellow is, looks like it's overcurling, but they were trying to guard that.
Yeah.
It's going to end up center line again.
Yeah, so now they have double center line guards, and Red has the opportunity to do that promote.
That's definitely the easier side to go at it.
Yep. Looks like it might be a bit wide.
So quite a lot of weight.
Yeah, a lot of weight, bit wide. It goes past everything. Yep. Yep. So now yellow's gonna try and guard that shot because that's definitely there for red.
I'm gonna try to go the other way.
Yeah, it's been over curling on this side, so they're trying the other side. So this one isn't curling too much.
Definitely gonna end up in a better position.
Yeah, for sure. Might be a bit heavy, yeah. So it ends up kind of next to the red, which leaves the red promote still open.
Still did over curl a little bit.
Yeah.
They're on this red.
Yeah.
Looks pretty close.
Just over curls a tad. Red shoots out the side. So the promote for now is still there. Obviously, red is trying to guard that up so that it's no longer an option.
I'm gonna come from the other side again.
Yep, from super outside. Giving a lot of ice.
This one does look a little bit better. Maybe a bit heavy.
Yeah, it looks heavy to me. They were sweeping it. Okay, so that taps up their outside guard to about just behind T-line.
Red
In
has
the 8-foot.
yet another shot at this run back promote.
Yeah, and there's a lot of things for them to jam on now, so in all directions. He calls sweep early because he saw it curl a lot last time.
This one also, I don't know, looks pretty good.
Oh,
Oh,
they potentially overswept that one. That one pops out to the other side. It definitely takes away that promote, but it opens up the center line. So yellow will try and guard that hole.
still going for basically same guard.
Yep. Hopefully now they know the line, because they overcurled a couple times. This last time maybe was pretty close, so they should know the line.
Looked like last time the line was pretty good. It was just
Yeah,
a little
it
bit
was a good
heavy.
line. This one is staying out for a long time. They're sweeping it, hopefully, to get it to curl a little bit.
It really stayed out.
Yeah, it did. Well, they tap up that outside yellow a few inches. Unfortunately, that's not enough to cover the hole. So there's a pretty wide open hit to this to the back yellow, the back 4 yellow, back
Really?
8 foot, or they could try and just draw down to button.
Looks like they're going for the draw.
Yeah.
A lot of backing.
But now this one, they're giving them or maybe
Swooping this one.
Line is looking pretty good.
Looks really nice.
And it's coming, yep, down right to that yellow, just behind the button. Yeah, that's a really nice spot.
Not really much for yellow to do here.
Yeah, so basically what they would want to do if it were possible is to hit it basically nose and pop it through. But I don't know if that's possible because there's so many guards. Is there any way to hit a guard into that?
Maybe from the side, like red into yellow.
Yeah.
But it looks like they're just gonna come from that direction. The left looking this way with the
Yeah.
camera. And I don't think they're getting it out like without getting rid of at least one of the rocks in their backing there.
Yeah. I mean, they can get all of those racks as backing out if possible, and they'd still be sitting 2. I just don't know how they could do that.
Yeah. It's taking a little bit more ice, so maybe not completely an upweight shot.
Yeah, that was definitely a really good shot by red to definitely make it as hard as possible for yellow to score 2 here, 2 or more.
And Dale's got to think about that red still has hammer, and
Yeah.
he's definitely shown that he knows draw weight.
So red hits, it jams in the back. Yellow sits 1, or red sits 1. Red wins.
Yeah.
Basically, there's no way for them to get 2 because they're not scoring 2 right now, and only red can throw. So good game. That was definitely down to the last couple of rocks, and good game for triangle versus triangle. Team red wins. That's the shots team.
Yeah.
So good job on that. And next draw should be coming shortly.
I'm just going to switch around these colors and the team names.